This is the LowcoSports Lowdown podcast. Here are your hosts, Justin Jarrett and Wes Kerr.
Hey, Loco sports fans, Justin Jarrett and Wes Kerr, along with Marcus Walsh of WHHI-TV, and I saw momentarily in the green room a glimpse of somebody else, but he disappeared. Our partner in crime, the Libs, Kevin Libby. But we do have a guest in the green room, so we look forward to talking with Ty Harpring from Hilton Head Prep here in just a little bit. He's been the star in the early going for the Dolphins, and they were one of the stars today at the Bluffton Bobcat Classic, day one. Hilton Head Prep, one of the teams picking up the dub. They will face May River tomorrow.
May River, right? Yes.
Sharks, yeah, correct.
Dolphins.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they'll face May River tomorrow. May River beat Battery Creek. Bluffton blew out Bethesda, and Islands beat Bridges Prep. So that's your other semifinal on the boys' side. On the girls' side, Hilton Head Prep over Hampton County and JP2 over May River. So it'll be Dolphins versus Dolphins, Prep versus Battery Creek, and JP2 versus Bluffton in the semis tomorrow. So it should be a good day at the Bluffton Bobcat Classic. And Kevin Libby says we're okay without him. We do have tickers too. We have some scores from Monday and then today, but we don't want to keep our guests waiting too long. So we got plenty of time.
How was everyone's holidays?
Well, my holidays were terrific. I built a batting cage in my backyard, which is my lifelong dream that became my wife's idea for a Christmas present for the kids. So
if you build it, they will come.
That was a pretty great day. Yeah. I got to take BP from both sides yesterday. That was cool. Made contact from both sides off the machine. So that's good. And just a good time with family. We've watched a lot of good movies, eaten a lot of good foods. How about you guys?
Yeah, got to have family over, which was really nice. Whenever you're able to get family to come over to your place and spend the holidays, it's definitely a treat. And yeah, definitely watch some movies as well. I got some new running shoes. I want to really get back into running next year. So
I'm trying to do that too.
Yeah, I'll be all set on that, and a couple other fun little things. Some nice winter clothes that I needed. So. Very, very gracious for that, and had a great time with family and getting pumped. It was just great to get back in the gym and get this Bobcat Classic rolling.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yesterday was a little bit more low key in the Walsh households, if you will. But got to see some of Sam's family and talk on the phone with others, and got to see my mom and dad. Spend a few hours with them. We had dinner with them last night. So all in all, wasn't too bad. But looking for a little bit bigger and better next year, I think. Already making some tweaks. So
all right, sounds good. Well, yeah, good times have been had. We'll talk later about what movies we've been watching and shows and all that stuff, because I'm sure we'll diverge into other areas at some point. But let's talk some Bobcat Classic and spin it back a little bit to last week's Battery Creek Classic as well, with the MVP of the John Drafts Battery Creek Classic and possibly on his way to another MVP status. Ty Harpring going to talk with us. This is presented by Mickelson Law Firm, presenting sponsor of the show tonight, and our all-star sponsor. They are our official real estate closing attorney and presenting sponsor of our Hilton Head Christian Academy coverage. So no shade, but they can help you with all your legal needs. They support all the Locos teams, not just HHCA, and I'm sure they'd be thrilled because they're basketball fans. They'd be thrilled to know we're talking tonight with Mr. Ty Harpring, and we welcome him now to the LowcoSports Lowdown. What's up, brother?
What's up? Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, man, we've taken note of you. We heard about you this summer. Prep's got a new guy. As soon as the name Harpring came up, of course, I was like, hold up, Matt Harpring, which will confirm, Uncle Matt.
It's my uncle, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm a man of my age is very familiar with Matt Harpring, who played at Georgia Tech and played a little over a decade in the NBA and had a good run. So having watched him as a kid, I watched you play and I go, okay, yeah, that looks like his nephew. Maybe not quite the size he had on the outside, but certainly the way you play the game, the way you scored all three levels, the way you play defense, a lot of fun to watch and reminiscent of him. So tell us just a little bit about your journey to get here. I know you came in from Atlanta for your senior year at Hilton Head Prep, and just kind of take us through how you got to where you are.
Yeah, so it was a long journey to get here, but so I mean, at my old high school, I started out, I was starter freshman, sophomore, junior year and played every game. And it was great. I loved the environment. I loved the school. Everything about it was good. But at the end of my junior year, everyone that was returning that had minutes on varsity either transferred or just quit basketball altogether. So, it was rough because I was starting to talk to coaches, and also like we were starting to get competitive, and then everyone just branched off, and it happened unexpectedly. And so before that season, I was not expecting to transfer at all. I didn't want to leave. I love that old school, but yeah, after everyone transferred, and after our big guy transferred, we had a 6'10" big at our old school, and he was a great player. If we still had him, who knows? I could still be back there, but once he left, it was really a sign like, okay, I want to play an opportunity. I want to have an opportunity to play like a little bit more competitively with other teams, and also, I just thought that I had to move because we didn't have as good a talent as we should have. And then, so we were looking, and we were like, okay, do we want to go Georgia school? And when we were looking at Georgia schools, we had to do a bona fide move. We had to take all of our stuff out. And so we had to completely sell our house if we decided to do that. And my parents have a really nice house in Roswell, so they didn't want to leave that. And obviously, for 1 year, it's like you want to make a move like that. So, so then we were looking at out of state, and we were on vacation here as always, and we were getting bikes, and I met Chase Blanton, who played basketball for Hilton Head Prep. And we talked to him for a couple minutes. My mom found out what Hilton Head Prep was and found out the coach's information. And from there, it blossomed into me eventually sending my application to go to Hilton Head Prep. And now I'm here. It was a wild story.
And you told me before the show that it wasn't like Hilton Head wasn't on the radar for you. Like you vacationed here all the time. This was your spot. You actually have a couple of condos on the island. So like you just hadn't ever considered looking at the schools here. So when Hilton Head Prep came to fruition, came to your mind, you had to have been amazed at what a good fit it was. Both the academic piece and then the style of play that they play. You fit so well into that Princeton offense and the way they play, scoring at all levels, cutting to the basket, shooting the three. Things happen for a reason, I guess, right?
Yeah. It's it's amazing because this basically is my second home other than Roswell. So, because I'm here, 8-9 times a year. Like we come here a lot. So, when we found out that there was a school here and that it was as great as it is, we were like, okay, this is a sign. Like, you got to take it. And so, the school's been great. Academics is great. The people here are great. It's a great community too. Basketball, like my teammates, those were the first people I met at the school. I met Brendan and Billy, the first two people I met. And ever since then, we've been building chemistry, and it's great. I love it here.
Ty Harpring here on the LowcoSports Lowdown, Hilton Head Prep Dolphin. It has been quite the start for your tenure here at Prep, and now you can add a championship trophy to that conversation. You guys got it done last week in the finals over May River to cap off that, and now you're right back to it, taking down Hampton County in the first round. Bobcat Classic looking to go 2 for 2 in holiday tournaments here this holiday season. So just talk about the start this team has had, how it all culminated, and what you saw from yourself and this team to take down the Sharks and win that John Giraffe's tournament last week.
Well, I think that the way our schedule was, we played a lot of hard teams in the beginning of the year, which helped us a lot because we had to learn how to face adversity and how to win doing different things. We're not always going to win scoring 100 points. Like sometimes it's going to be in the 40s, and you got to play defensively. So every game that we played, we had to adjust. We had to learn how to play together. And I mean, our practices are great, but there's nothing better than getting out in the game and learning how to play with each other. And so we faced some tough teams. I mean, we had a tough loss to St. Andrews, but after that, I think the trajectory of our team changed, and I mean, we've been great ever since that. We all came together, and obviously we all have team goals, but we all knew that if we play as a team together, I mean, we can beat anyone we want to. And so, yeah, it showed in the last tournament. I mean, we beat some pretty good competition. They may be more athletic than us, but I mean, we're probably the most disciplined team in the Lowco. So, I mean,
now you get to see him again.
yeah, it's definitely great to play with this team because we do all the little things and nothing's taken for granted. I mean, we got to rebound, box out. You got to get the ball up the court. You got to get spacing on offense, and you got to play as a team. There's no one that's like, okay, I'm going to do my own thing. We're all one team.
You can't.
And yep.
It doesn't work if one guy does his own thing. And that's
Absolutely not.
it's so impressive to me how Coach Barron consistently, for 3 years now has gotten kids to buy into playing that style of basketball, because it's not the most glamorous, I mean, it is very workmanlike. It is very much you go out and you do your job over and over and over again, and the team will be rewarded. You might be, but the team will be. And so it requires a lot of selflessness, and I give him a lot of credit and you guys a lot of credit for buying into it in a day and age where it's not that easy to get kids to buy into selflessness. So, but yeah, just talk to me about playing on that team versus other teams you've played on in the past. How's it feel different?
Well, Princeton offense is definitely different. Not used to playing Princeton offense before, so obviously the first couple practices I had to get used to all the actions, all the reads that you have to make, and we're still not at a place where we're comfortable in our offense. Like we're only at the tip of the iceberg. We have so many actions we can run, so many reads, so we're just gonna keep getting better throughout the whole year. But
that's a scary thought.
Yeah,
Very scary.
We're rising. So, I mean, Princeton offense is great. You get everyone involved. No one's sitting in the corner, like not doing anything. There's always 5 people moving with or without the ball. And, I mean, you got actions on the weak side or strong side, and no one can slough on defense. If you think you're fine, you get back cut, layup. Or you're just sloughing on defense. Someone sets a screen. Someone's wide open for a 3.
Yep.
So teams have a hard time guarding it because, I mean, we're all moving. We all know where we're supposed to be. And if we play with pace, it's almost unstoppable to guard.
if you do your job, eventually someone's going to get open or get a good look or get that cut to the basket. It is very, very hard to defend, especially with no shot clock, when you continue to possess the ball and then find that quality look there to end off possession, hopefully with a made basket, or if not, maybe an offensive rebound. So I love the way that your offense has been set up, and love the way that Coach Barron has operated this offense and has kind of orchestrated this offense as the head coach of this Hilton Head Prep team. But, it takes a collection, in addition to a great coach, it takes a collection of veterans and players who have been there before. And I look at Connor Campbell, I look at guys like him, I look at guys like Jake Sheehan, who have been around this program before, know how to do their job. And so how valuable have those guys been into your transition into this program, guys who have been there and done it before with Dolphins?
I mean, they've been great. Well, first off, they were my first friends when I got to the island. So that really established a bond between us. And also, I mean, every practice they'd help me with the offense because they've done it for years. So I was still learning, and they got me right back into where they are with the offense. And so we're all on the same page, and it's great because we're all flowing, 5 people doing the same thing, knowing what everyone else is doing. It's hard to guard. So I'm happy that they are also bought into, because it's hard to find 5 guys that are all selfless and that all want to collectively win. They're not trying to go points or whatever. They're just trying to trying to win games. We try to win however we can. And, I mean, we've been doing that so far. So.
Not just with you guys, but with the girls, with previous coaches, with football. That's the Hilton Head Prep way.
Yeah.
We've all have noticed it as long as we've been covering Hilton Head Prep, and we've been covering sports here in the Low Country. Ty, talk about some experiences that you've had, with teachers. Obviously, this is a new school. Have you had any conversations with, the girls and Coach Hartman? Jerry Faulkner as well is a guy that is around the program still, I'm sure, and really set a lot of that in motion. Just talk about your overall experience, not just as an athlete, but a student in this environment on the south end of Hilton Head.
Yeah, well, first thing I have to say is that the community of Hilton Head is amazing, and I mean, it was completely unexpected. I love it here, and school's great. Everyone around here is great. Teachers are great. All my friends are great. Everyone in the school is great. And I want to shout out Miss Dowell because I'm in a ton of her classes, and I also have a study hall with her, so I see her a lot. But as we're talking about the girls, so we have basketball academy in the mornings, and Courtney Campbell, I'm sure you guys know.
Oh yes,
she's in our basketball academy. So we always every day we'd wake up at 6:45, and we get there, and we basically just do a workout, basketball workout, lifts, anything you think of, for an hour and a half before school every day. So it's been great, like working out with her and Billy and Brendan and everyone in the academy, because you don't just build chemistry with your team, you build chemistry with the school. And I mean, it's just a collection of athletes who all have the same goals, all want to get better each day. And so it's great. I mean, I've had a lot of fun memories in academy, and I'm glad I have it for a second semester too. So it's great. But yeah, Courtney, she's a really tough worker. She's always trying to get better, always trying to fix whatever is messing up or whatever. Sometimes she'll be like, my shot's not 100% good. So she'll be in the gym, she'll keep working. I mean, and it's paying off. She's playing great. So, I mean, whatever she's doing, I'm completely good with it because she's cooking right now. So, yeah.
I got one opposing coach. I don't know if he wants to be put on blast or not, but he says that they didn't even leave you to go defensive rebound. They just stayed on you because that's how scary you are as a shooter. You definitely got hot at Battery Creek the other night. You had the old Family Guy double dribble, quarter three working there in the first half. You were drilling them. Talk to me about when you get in that hot spot, and the corner is so tough, dude, because there's no backboard. But you had to just be feeling it.
Yeah, that game specifically, I didn't even realize how many I hit from the corner because, like, when I do, like, if I'm open, it doesn't really matter where I am. The shot feels the same. But when I went back on film and I looked at it, I saw I had like 4 from the same spot, and so
like 4 in a row from the exact same spot.
Yeah, and so I mean, it was definitely great hitting all those shots. But all it is just, I mean, every day I'm in the gym, getting consistent reps. I mean, you just gotta keep disciplined and keep shooting the right way. Even if you feel good, you can't change form because that's how you get into bad habits. But just in the game, you just got to keep making good plays. And so if you're open, you got to shoot it. If you're not, you got to kick it or drive it, find the next man. But, I mean, they left me open 4 times in a row. So,
and that's when you take advantage. Speaking of playing Hilton Head Prep, how about the student section and the crowd on home game day? So that I've been to a few, and they get into it. And I saw some signs that had your name on it early on in the year.
Yeah, those were – so the signs were my cousins. They came in town for the game. So, yeah, it was great. I mean, the environment at Prep, I've already said, is amazing. But the games, I mean, everyone's locked in. I think we bought like 50 or 100 rally towels. So everyone's got a rally towel now for home games. And we pick a theme before the game. So everyone's all dressed up. and it's great. They all care. I mean, it's like Hilton Head Prep basketball is the thing. So they all come. They all want to see us win. And I mean, we just do what we practice. And I mean, so far, that's exactly what we need to be doing. We just need to be playing how we practice because it's working.
Well, just to give folks some perspective, Ty Harpering so far, Hilton Head Prep averaging 22.8 points, shooting 46% from the field, 39% from three, 5 rebounds, 1.8 assists, and 2.3 steals. Off to a tremendous start, and have injected, just even more into this program that's won a couple state championships in a row, but was definitely, looking for that next kind of big star. Cusano has moved on, and they kind of needed the next big guy to step in, and here you are. It's worked out for everybody. It's been a great fit. You guys have May River tomorrow in a rematch of that Battery Creek championship game, and then if you can get to the finals, could have a rematch with Bluffton, which gave you a good run of a couple of weeks ago. So, what are you looking forward to about the rest of this week, and what do you guys have to do to get another tournament title under your belt here?
Well, good thing is we have film on both teams because we played them. But so with both teams, they're very well coached. They play well. Bluffton, really athletic team. May River, disciplined, and they take good shots. So in both games we played, they were relatively close. I mean, Bluffton game got a little bit out of hand at the end. But
I think it was like 12. It was pretty reasonable.
Yeah, it was close the whole game. May River was good. It was a good game. It was close the whole time, back and forth. What we got to do, we can't be focused on how the other team plays, how the other team does stuff. We just got to be focused on ourselves. And so, with May River coming up, we're not really thinking about all the stuff they run. We're thinking about how we can control our offensive possessions, how we can play defense, and how we can just play together as a unit. If we stay as a unit, it doesn't really matter what the team does. Right. They can throw their hardest punch at us, but we're still there. We can take it. We can move on, and we can ultimately win the game. So,
well, and a well-coached team's likely to make some adjustments and throw something new at you anyway, right? So you don't want to be in your head about the last game.
Yeah.
Just adjust and play your game. And then Bluffton, that's a fun matchup. Talk about contrasting styles. They want to get out and go.
Mm-hmm. Bluffton definitely wants to get up the court. We just want to play methodical. That's our game. We try to get good shots, try to get good plays, simple plays, making the easy reads, easy pass, and that's how we play our game. Bluffton, they want to get up the court. They want to be fast paced, try to score a ton of points, and so that's definitely different than May River. May River, they like to get up the court, but they're also good in the half court, and so it'll be a tough challenge for us. We faced it last tournament in the championship, and we had to find a way to win. Stuff wasn't really working for us in the first half offensively, but we fought through it. We played very well as a team, and that was probably one of our grittiest wins of the season so far, just because nothing was really working for us, and we just had to collect as a team, and we were like, okay, we're going out second half and we're winning this game. We're doing whatever we can, whatever it takes to win this game. And so that's what we did.
Tell you what, that 4D win was gritty too.
Yeah.
You got out to that big lead early, and thank goodness, because they came roaring back, and that was a fight to the finish.
Yeah.
But the May River game, Hilton Prep May River slated for 4:30 coming up tomorrow from the Bobcat Den. Should be another great day at the Bobcat Classic. I look back to how you guys responded after the loss against St. Andrews back on 53-29. Certainly, you were wishing for a better performance than the one you guys put on that day. But talk about how you guys rebounded from that and kind of have been on a run ever since. I've been unbeaten since that slip up at St. Andrews.
Yeah, so St. Andrews, they from the jump, they basically started outrunning us, and we were never really in the flow. We never got into the game, and so we never gave ourselves a chance. But after that game, we were obviously all upset because we got blown. And so we all went back on the bus. We were all mad, and we all wanted to play better. We all were like, okay, it's my fault. But our coach Barron, he brought us together, and the whole team brought ourselves together, and we were like, okay, like this is our low point. We're just building from here. That's the worst we can play. And basically, I mean, the only reason why we lost by that much was our self-inflicted wounds. And so we made a lot of turnovers. We took a lot of bad plays. And we were like, okay, if we do what we need to do, that will never happen to us again, because we'll be in control of the game, offensively, defensively. And so we made that a statement at our practices the next day and the day after and all the way up until now, and continuing throughout the season. We were like, okay, we're doing whatever we can, the best we can, and we're not letting anything else get in the way of that. So Our practices have gotten a lot more competitive since that game, because we were also not very physical. But it's been great. I mean, we definitely needed that game to put us over into the next year. And now, I mean, now we're playing really well as a team. We need to keep that going through this tournament and throughout the rest of our season.
Right on, man. Well, we kept you longer than I told you we would.
Question for you.
We'll let Wes get one more question in, and then we'll save the rest for your next appearance.
Okay. Well, I did find out through some research that you were also a baseball player. Is that correct?
Oh,
Yes, I am. I am a baseball player.
all right. What do we play?
Nice.
So it's complicated. I used to play shortstop and third base, but recently I just switched to being a PL. But
Okay.
I think for Hillnet Prep, I'm going to be playing high school baseball too. So
Nice.
Yeah, I think Wells may coax you back into the lineup.
Yeah.
He's. I mean, I did baseball academy for a little bit, and so I know all the players there. They're great.
Very nice.
And yeah, it's. I mean, when baseball.
Great baseball program as well over there.
Yeah, really good. Well, before we let you go, we talked a little bit off camera before we started the show, but you're seniors, so the recruitment is the thing right now. How's that going? And you told me there was a little bit of a setback with an injury during your AAU season, your junior year, so that kind of knocked you off the radar a little bit. But what's it looking like out there?
Yeah, so about the injury, broke my ankle, and I missed all of my sophomore going into junior year of AAU. Broke it 3 minutes into the first game. So I missed all of that recruiting, all the exposure. But this year was basically to get myself back on the map and show all the coaches that, I mean, obviously I'm still playing. I'm not no one. And so it was great. I enjoyed AAU. It was amazing. But yeah, so recruiting wise, I've gotten a lot of contact from low D1 coaches, low D1 programs, and a couple of D2 programs as well. And one of them that we were talking about was USCB earlier. But yeah, it's a lot of high academic Northeastern schools that are looking at me for D1, as well as some local schools as well. And it's been good. I've been keeping contact with a couple of them. Regular contact. We're just talking like every week. So it's been great. I just take it step by step. I mean, I'm not trying to force anything. And yeah, I mean, recruiting, they'll see you if you play well, they'll see you. So that's basically how I take it. And also Coach Barron has been a good help, because he has a ton of connections, and he's just a great coach in general,
especially up there in the Northeast. So
yeah,
very helpful. Well, Ty Harpring, it's been a pleasure, man. Been great to watch you play ball. Great to get your face and voice on the show with us, and I'm sure we'll call on you more often this season as long as you keep playing the way you are. I'm sure there'll be a state championship at least a state championship run to talk about at some point, and hopefully it ends with you guys cutting down those nets up in Sumter.
Yeah, I want to be a part of that three-peat. So
yes, sir.
We're looking.
Well, thanks so much, Ty. We'll see you out there tomorrow at the Den.
Good luck tomorrow, Ty.
Thank you.
Take care, man. All right, that's Ty Harpring. There's your official introduction, Loco Nation. You know Ty now. We've gotten to know him on the court, but cool to get to know him a little bit off the court as well. Heck of a ball player.
Yes.
Harp ring, Libby says, trying to get that ring. And what a good fit for Hilton Head Prep. They needed him, and he needed them. And
he provides a spark for sure.
He's special. He's really good. I got to see my man one time today at the game, and he was pretty blown away by him, and then blown away that I connected the dots to his uncle for him, because he was like, "Oh, I remember that guy." But yeah, good day out there. Let's shout out some sponsors, and then we'll talk more about the Bobcat Classic. We got our MVP sponsors, Base Hit Life. Max not with us tonight. He's under the weather, so send your best wishes to Max. He's got that nasty flu bug. Hopefully he'll be back in the next couple of days. But get well soon, Max. And in the meantime, wash your hoodie from Base Hit Life so it doesn't have any germs on it. When you get to feeling better, you can go get your own apparel at basehitlife.com and live your best Base Hit life. We got homegrown home inspections, best home inspectors in the Lowco. They'll check on it and make sure it's good to go, and they'll check on your new build and every step of the way to make sure it's built right with homegrown home inspections. Got Hospice Care of the Lowcountry, which is now part of Mirasol Health. It incorporates all of their different entities, but Hospice Care is still one of them. But they've also got their grief counseling is now split off in a different separate thing, and their palliative care. They just have gotten much bigger than just Hospice Care. So they've rebranded as Mirasol Health, and they provide compassionate care for life's most challenging moments. And then you got the USCB Center for Lowcountry Hospitality Education, providing all kinds of great programs that inform folks about the great place we live here in the Lowco. The USCB Center for Lowcountry Hospitality Education, beautiful campus on Hilton Head Island. Boys, let's talk Bobcat Classic some more. We talked about in some detail there with Ty. The Hilton Head Prep win 47-32 over Hampton. Islands over from Savannah beat Bridges Prep 63-49. Kind of thought that one might go the other way, but Marcus will tell us more about that. Battery Creek struggled in the first half, but then blew out Battery Creek in the second half 62-41. Bluffton,
May River. You said Battery Creek.
Yeah, Battery Creek. May River blew out Battery Creek 62-41. My bad. Bluffton 84-46 over Bethesda. And then on the girls' side, Hilton Head Prep beating Hampton County 53-39. I got Courtney's numbers here. They were great, of course. She had 22 points. I know that much.
I didn't jot them down when we were talking.
8 assists and 11 boards. 14 for Cleary, 11 points and 11 boards for Hines. So really good outing for them. And John Paul beat May River 32-29. May River led for most of that game, but JP2 came back. JP2 did have a couple kids injured in that game, so we'll see if they come back tomorrow. But we've got Hampton County against May River tomorrow in the girls' 5th place game. And then the semifinals, we'll have Hilton Head Prep, Battery Creek, excuse me, and John Paul II against Bluffton. And then we have another tournament starting tomorrow, but we'll get to that in a minute. Bobcat Classic. Marcus, you were there for the start of the day. You saw Hilton Head Prep girls.
Saw the second half. I intended to get there for the first half. Walked in when it was 28-24. Was kind of surprised, and then saw the second half. Obviously, Courtney Campbell and company with a great second half, outscoring Hampton County 25-15 to get the big victory. And I noticed something that I hadn't noticed before, and obviously it's different watching a game versus calling a game, because you can actually hear more of what's going on the bench. I was just sitting, a few bleachers in back of that bench. I was there the whole day that I was there for the 4 games. And I noticed something with Courtney that I hadn't noticed before. I mean, she had the, stats and whatnot at her disposal, and it was like she was assisting, and she may have been assisting Coach Hartman there when she was on the bench, and she didn't play all that much in the second half. The majority of those buckets and those points came in the first half when I wasn't there. She did do a great job at the free throw line. We know what to expect from Courtney on the court. And I know what to expect from her, of course, off the court, having talked to her. But that mentality to get your team up and get your team ready and get your team continuing when they've got the lead, I hadn't quite seen that from her. You guys probably have in watching games and
Well,
whatnot. That was a new experience for me.
There haven't been many
That's-
opportunities for her to be watching from the bench.
And that's
in her
that's a
time
great
here.
point
She's
too.
usually on the
Right.
court.
Right.
She's been seeing so many minutes, but we've seen the the benefits of getting some time to watch from the sideline. Seeing your teammates in there. I mean, she's such an integral part of this team that you don't want to see her on the bench. You want to see her on the court, but you understand that there is time that you'd like to see other players in there, and especially when they get a sizable lead. But yeah, I mean, what just speaks to her? What a great player she is on the court, but
Yeah.
just as valuable, or even if not more valuable, just to seeing her accomplishments and what she has done off the court, and just helping her teammates to be better. So it's such a win-win situation for all involved to have a player like that on the court, and you don't see that player every day or every 4 years or in a program, but just very, very important to have her be a part of this. By the way, Chicago just took it the other way, I believe, and scored. The Bears with a
Oh,
scoop
geez,
and
we got
score.
Thursday. We got Thursday night.
Yeah.
NFL. I forgot what
Yeah.
day it
Dude.
was.
Yeah.
But Courtney
In the
Campbell.
Windy
It's
City.
NFL every day.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
yeah, it's Wednesday night, Thursday night. There's
Got a
I don't
bunch.
think there's Friday night. I don't think there's any Friday night, but
No
Yeah, we
Friday
discussed
night,
it
I
once.
don't think. But we
but
do have
yeah.
Saturday and Sunday.
But what a special talent that Courtney is, and
Yeah.
it's just like I said before, just great to see her now becoming such a uber talented player, as we've seen on the court, getting that crazy quadruple double a week ago or so. But then the way she helps out those players in the team, because the supporting cast definitely improved. I think a lot of that is very much credit to her throughout that process. So yeah, just awesome to see the performance of Courtney.
Yeah, Hines was very good in the second half that I saw as well, and then Cleary, she's a great young player herself, doing a lot of really good things. Those three are obviously the glue, in my opinion, for this Hilton Head Prep team, and seeing them in person at least for a half, and I'm going to see them more, even though I'm not actually calling any of their games this year. I will see the guys at some point with our new revamped schedule. Really looking forward to calling Ty Harpring in person because, I mean, he's just absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, this team is quite talented as always. But I was saying, at the outset of this segment, if you will, I was really surprised with Islands knocking off Bridges Prep the way they did. Obviously, Bridges Prep still has really good
I'm not
talent
too surprised. I'm not
with
too surprised.
Wilson. Okay, I mean Wilson and Young were the two guys that really went the way. But that Islands team, first time I had ever seen them, obviously got some players.
Yeah.
They're a scrappy bunch, and they led theoretically throughout the entire game. Just too many, fast break points and a little bit too much for Bridges Prep to handle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I saw Bridges Prep in person earlier this year, and while Marion Wilson's been a great player, they need other players to really support him and make some shots. And I haven't seen enough so far from them. They kept it kind of close against Islands, although they did lose by 14. But I'm not too shocked at the result. I think Bridges Prep still is the way to go. I don't think I don't think they are the favorite in this region. I think.
I don't know anymore.
Yeah,
I really
it's a toss up at this point. Now I think Bridges Prep can still get there. They could still be the region champs, but I think it's far from a guarantee at this point. I just haven't seen quite enough from them in the early parts of the season. But certainly Wilson is going to be that big time piece. He's going to have to scoop up rebounds and score some points and play some hard-nosed defense, but they're going to need some more as well if Bridges Prep wants to get that top spot in the region. But Islands, mean, always know that they will provide a challenge no matter the team. They've got some terrific talent over there in the Savannah area. So I'm excited to see how they do, how they'll match up as we get deeper into this tournament tomorrow. They will get to Bluffton, so that should be a game. That should be a terrific game. The Bobcats rolled today in a dominant fashion over Bethesda, as expected, 84-46. Harry Skinner with 21, but Jamari Stewart Manning scored 20 points, but 12 of them came on threes in just the third quarter to pull Bluffton away big time. He was red hot from beyond the arc in that stretch. And then, of course, we saw some big time dunks from both Carnell Warren and Brandon White. So we'll have to roll the highlights and take a look at those.
I've got the highlights coming in right now. I have the Battery Creek May River highlights already queued up, but I got the other one coming in right now. All right, there we go. Let's go with these Bobcats. Oh shoot, that's too much sound. Too much audio. Oh.
They were thinking about there.
It was a loud one in that gym today.
They weren't on the same page. Yep. Carnell with the stretch.
Carnell was a beast. He was showing his athleticism tonight, and this Bluffton team can throw a lot at you, and you got to be ready because they've got some high prolific scorers out there on the floor, just dudes who can make plays, and you add in a shooter like Harry Skinner, makes them really dangerous.
Yeah.
There he is. Speak of the devil.
Yep, there he is. Big crowd tonight as well.
Nice. Hey, Bobcat fans come out when they're good.
Yeah.
They will pack the house when they're playing well.
There's no doubt about it.
And there's a jam right there, Brandon White.
That's not the good one, though. We're waiting for the good one.
Oh, there's more. There's more.
Oh, yeah. There's more. It's Dunktown. Dunktown was open for business.
I love the nickname. Is that going to be the nickname for Bluffton? Dunktown? We have Dunk Island.
So. I like Dunktown. Talked with Coach Gabriel from Bluffton today. He's, he'd like to be a little more disciplined, but he knows he's got to let them go. He's got to let them play. But he likes what he's got, definitely athletically. Kyle Bennett, I think, has a very high standard, and he still wants them to keep getting better, which I think is a good thing for them. I think May River is going to very good. They're going to be real good in a couple of years, like real good. Ooh. There's Harry.
Harry, again, corner. Great passing and then
good.
Fine.
Keep passing.
In Warren.
Probably should have passed it one more time, but he got away with it because he's Carnell Warren. My!
The athleticism there from White.
Skywalker.
Rise up those boards.
I might just call him Skywalker.
The force is with him for sure.
Love the way Harry sees the floor, making some good passes, and when he gets an open look, he's going to hit it.
There's nothing like fresh, crisp passing and great ball rotation and movement. Nothing like it.
It's beautiful.
It's art.
Skip pass and an open three on the other end is a beautiful thing.
There it
is. Didn't get that one to go, but got the board.
That's the other thing. Always being focused when that rebound can come your way.
Murray Stewart, man, setting it up, and then
Here
comes Harry. Smooth finish.
Harry on the break is always fun, one way or the other.
Especially with the guys who he can feed it to now.
On a three. Jamari Stewart Manning.
No, he's
big time on a three.
Jamari Stewart Manning. 3 from 3.
I talked with Harry and Jamari before the game. There's Jamari. Oh,
boom. Pocket 3.
Smooth. So smooth.
Just keep feeding the ball his way.
Oh, you can't walk away from that man. You can't just walk away from him.
I respect him.
What are you doing? Oh, goodness. Oh,
Man, fill it up.
Kevin Libby approves
Oh, in that
Skywalker.
third quarter. 4 threes.
Oh!
Oh, throw it down.
Water.
One.
Send it in, Jerome.
Goodness.
Here it is. Oh! Harry
Alley-oop
White.
from Skinner.
Okay.
White.
Let's see that one more time. We'll get the Carnell Jam one more time, too. Here.
Oh,
Boom. With authority.
Man, I was just standing right there earlier. Oh!
Beautifully done. Great
What I
Wow.
get for coming home to eat pizza
Very-
and watch TV with the fam.
Not done yet.
Uh-oh. Oh!
Hey,
Oh!
Boom.
Skywalker. Oh, teed him up. Teed him up.
That's fun stuff,
Nice
man.
work, Wesley. Nice work. On the
Great job, Wes.
Outstanding.
some great footage there.
Outstanding.
Thanks to high-flying Bobcats tonight.
Phew. That was good times.
They
Good times. The other
stormed
game,
into the semifinals of this Bobcat Classic, and let's check out the Battery Creek May River Alex. I'll tell you what,
Creek up
put
by
a heck of
one
a
at
fight in this
half,
game.
right? Yeah.
Creek did lead the half, yeah. Tremendous showing from this Dolphins team. Calvin Wells is a really nice team. Tyree Smith was active as well. They've got some fun shot makers on this team and some gritty players. So watch out for them in that 3A region. I was impressed by the way they competed today. First time I saw them all year.
That
Yeah.
3A region's brutal, though. You
Yeah.
got three
Yeah.
top
Side
10
among others.
teams
Yep.
ahead of them.
Going to be a fight for sure.
O-Dub, Oceanside, and North Charleston are all very good. It's the kind of region that like might go 4-0 in the first round of the playoffs. Kind of
Yeah.
deal.
Could be. Great
Nice
pass.
look inside there.
He's pretty.
They're definitely missing Cox. He's different kind of dude.
May River's able to settle in though, thanks to this guy, Gage Duncan.
Yeah, he's really
nice
good.
finishes with hoop to that.
Kevin up, kick out. The one thing May River kind of lacks is a big.
Yes.
Their big guys
Without
more of a. Their big guys more of a
He's a
wing,
rebound kind of guy.
and so they don't really have a 5. They got guards for days though.
They're guard driven.
Yeah,
Making their shots. They could be in some trouble, but
yeah. It looks like they just had a lid on it in the first half.
yeah. Not able to get cooking after halftime.
Whereas everything was dropping in the first half against Battery Creek. At
Yeah.
Creek.
Yeah.
See that guy? He's more of a wing. Albright. He's nice though. Gage has a really nice pull up. He's really good at that, but he missed that one.
He was great tonight, especially as it got on. Really found his groove and some good.
He's super streaky. He'll put up 10 or 12 in a hurry on you.
Kind of what we saw inside, like middle of that third quarter into the fourth.
He's a guy that would fit in well into the Hilton Head prep system, most likely.
No doubt.
Princeton.
That same momentum.
May River runs a similar type of deal. I mean, they run a lot of motion
Yeah.
as well.
I expect a fun one tomorrow night between Sharks and the Dolphins.
Yeah,
I feel like May River could get him.
I do too. Yeah, they're similar enough.
I mean,
That
I think
if they're making
he's
shots,
favored, but River does hit those shots and takes care of the ball. I think they're gonna have a shot against this prep team.
and
Yeah,
I think May River's very well coached, and I think Bennett's
And
gonna
both teams
have
are very
his guys
disciplined.
prepared.
I think that Battery Creek, they kind of lost their composure at times as the game went on. And there's a technical foul that kind of swayed it back to May River. What looked like Creek was about to get back in it. And so that's they're very disciplined, poised, and they run their offense well. For the most part, they'll get some good looks and make you work.
Yep.
Good
That's a
football games are
4:30 tip tomorrow afternoon,
4:30,
by the
yes, that's
way.
correct.
I know it was mentioned earlier. I'm looking forward to seeing the Creek ladies against Hilton Head Prep too at 1:30,
Yeah,
and then I'll be
be a good one.
definitely at the Hampton County Battery Creek game at
Yep.
3.
All right.
So I'm doing kind of some stuff with the middle wave tomorrow.
Ooh,
I mean, what else are we doing on the Friday after Christmas, right? We're watching some
and then watching the hoops.
basketball in the den.
Yes,
Checking out some
It's
time
Great
with
to see.
extended family too.
Yeah,
A few
It's also
other
great.
things on docket for me tomorrow too.
good deal.
Yeah.
It's great to see all the kids back for the holidays too.
Yeah.
I mean, I can tick off a bunch of people I saw today. Some of them one has bad news attached. Takoya Hayward was out there today, former Bluffton star, now at Claflin, and she was on crutches. And I said, "What happened?" And she said, "I tore my Achilles in a game on Saturday."
Oh,
She was averaging about 10 minutes a game, enjoying herself, doing well, and ruptured her Achilles on Saturday. So she's done for the year.
yeah.
So that's rough.
It's
I don't know what the red shirt rules are. It may be early enough that she can still get a red shirt. So that would be good. But otherwise, she said life is good. She likes it at Claflin, criminal justice major,
fantastic.
plans to go to law school later. And, so good for her.
Awesome.
I saw Kylan Simmons, who is still kicking around. He's at Erskine. He's got 2 years of eligibility left, but only about 1 year of coursework, so he should be able to get his degree and have a year left of eligibility. I saw Dior Shelton, who's
I was just
doing
gonna mention
very
her.
well at Limestone now. I saw our old intern, Taylor Michael, who just came back from 4 months
Talk
studying
about
abroad
a
in
local
Scotland.
blast from the past. All these names that we
Yeah.
have mentioned from the years prior.
Yeah.
That's fantastic to see.
She's doing great. I saw Hayden Jennings, former JP2 pitcher and catcher at third baseman, playing at Brevard. He's got 1 year of eligibility left. And then he's thinking about a graduate assistantship coaching after that. So, yeah, great to catch up with some former Loco superstars who are back.
Absolutely. So many memorable names on that list, and that's awesome to see. So love that's as you said, one of my favorite times of the year, just because you run into old faces, you see some new ones, and you get to reconnect because everybody's home for the holidays. That's it's always an awesome time of year, just because of that. And you get to see some great basketball, and I am already getting pumped for what we're going to see tomorrow. And as we take a look once again at the games that are on tap in this Bobcat Classic, which is we do have another tournament going on tomorrow, I believe, in Colleton Prep.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that in the next segment here before we.
But for the Bobcat Classic, of course, we got for the girls Hilton Head Prep Battery Creek, your first semifinal, then JP2 Bluffton. Both of those should be very entertaining. Hilton Head Prep certainly looks like the favorite to win the Battle of the Dolphins, but we'll see if Battery Creek can put up a fight. JP2 Bluffton can be. I think that one will be really interesting. I mean, you compare.
Yeah, especially.
Look, if you take a look at that Bluffton Hilton Head Prep game, and Prep won that one by a point or two, and Prep was commanded with JP2, so you'd expect that one to be a tight one over there at 6 o'clock. And then
and JP2 had some tough injury luck today.
That certainly kind of could
very tough.
Dominic Jones is probably out for an extended period, if not the year. It looked like a likely a torn ACL situation with her. And then Lily Termini got hurt at the end of the game too. I thought that was a knee at first, but it looked like she was gesturing to her ankle.
Yes,
I think that was an ankle. So I think
I was very close to that bench with both injuries. It looked definitely for Termini like an ankle. And obviously, I'm pretty close with Dominique's family, and they're holding out hope that she's going to be okay.
Hope so.
Yeah.
Sorry, I did not mean to make light of that, but Kevin Libby wondered about my shirt. And I was saying, it says
Well,
he ain't from here, and that's about Marcus. He's from Ohio.
It's true.
Well, yeah, it's just unfortunate to see, especially a game, where they're playing well and you win, but then you just take a look at the unfortunate parts of it in terms of
Yeah.
the potential injuries that occur from a game like this. So hope all the best for those two, because definitely both very important beats to that team, and could definitely sway this matchup if they don't have their services against a Bluffton team where I still think they're competitive, but definitely those injuries could play a factor in the result. Amira Brown, I'm excited to see what she can do in this game at home, and a tournament where in the past we've seen a coming out party for several of Bluffton standouts, particularly Hayward when she captained. Obviously when Aiken was out, she led the way, and that was kind of where the real story began with Sequoia. So
TNT.
yes, but I'm excited to see what Aiken could do in an opportunity like this for Bluffton. So those should be, especially JP2 Bluffton games, should be good. I think Hilton at Prep, I think they'll take care of Battery Creek, but
Yeah, I think they're down a couple players too.
that's
Bill
true.
said so.
Yeah.
Could be interesting.
But on the guys' side, you got Hilton at Prep, May River, which we kind of just previewed with Ty earlier on the show. That should be a barn burner. I could see either of those teams getting it done.
Yeah.
Should be a great game, and then we close out the night with the Islands against Bluffton, which I'm very pumped for. I haven't seen Islands yet, but by the looks of how they played against Bridges Prep, I think they're going to give the Bobcats a run.
I think they definitely can, and like I said, that was the first time that I ever saw them today against Bridges Prep, and I was very impressed with how they could get down the floor and make plays. So that should very well be interesting. I have to give kudos certainly to JP2 for the effort that they put forth, especially losing both those fine players. And then I have to give kudos to the Hampton guys for the second half that they put up.
Yeah.
They were down 26-8 at halftime.
They kept playing.
And they kept playing, and they really, really improved. They got beat, but they did not quit. They gave it everything that they had, and they really looked a lot better in the second half. So I have to definitely give shout outs to those two teams. But saw a lot of great basketball today for sure. I'm not going to be able to see quite as much tomorrow, but I'll be there for a couple of full games, and then I'll see the beginning of what should be a great Hilton Head Prep May River guys game at 4:30. I'll probably stick around for about 45 minutes to an hour of that. It's going to be a fun day tomorrow, and then obviously the championships on Saturday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Getting after it over there at the Bobcat Classic. We'll be out there all weekend. Let's tell you about our varsity sponsors. DDS Web Design builds, hosts, and maintains websites for businesses and nonprofits to get results. So if you need to get found online so you can do more and think bigger, go to ddshhi.com. Parker Law Group serves legal needs across Colleton, Hampton, and Jasper counties and helps us shine a light on the Loco frontier out there where Stricklander and Blue live with the wild animals. And Dr. Ambrose Cole is our official chiropractor. You can find him at Rooted Living Wellness in Bluffton, and he'll get you feeling right, mind, body, and spirit. And Reverence Wrestling Club, our official wrestling sponsor, presenting sponsor of the Loco Grind. And we'll be grinding soon to wrap up the May River Shark Invitational coming up this weekend. So looking forward to that. I say this weekend, the whole week's just the weekend. Like this weekend.
Yeah,
this holiday fortnight. Later this holiday
it's
fortnight.
the holiday season. Yeah. I mean, I was even saying that yesterday. I'm like, it feels like, Saturday.
Every day
Sunday.
is Saturday. Every day is Saturday.
Well, I did get back to work today, so I mean.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. I'm a teacher. I get a few more days off. But we do have another holiday tournament firing up. The Skeezers are doing their holiday celebration at Colleton Prep, the IP Builder Holiday Tournament. Always a good event. A lot of Skeezer teams in it. Looking at the girls bracket, you got 4 games on tap tomorrow in the first round. Holly Hill against Colleton Prep at 9:30, which scheduling yourself as the home team at 9:30 a.m.
9:30.
Oh, man.
Jeff Davis against Savannah Country Day at 11. Dorchester against Thomas Hayward at 3:30, and Florence Christian against Calhoun at 6:30. In the boys bracket, it'll be Holly Hill against Savannah Country Day at 12:30, Calhoun against Jefferson Davis at 2, Faith Christian against Thomas Hayward at 5, and Florence Christian against Colleton Prep at 8. So that's your day one bracket. And then the winners go into the gold bracket and the losers go into the silver bracket, and they play them out from there. So that's what we got on tap tomorrow. Full day of hoops in Bluffton and in Colleton Prep. Should be good.
What do your guys' schedules look like for tomorrow?
My schedule is to be determined.
Yeah, I'm
very much.
I'll be working again tomorrow during the day, but I've tried to. I'd love to get there for the end of that Prep May River game, which starts at 4. I'll try to get there by 5, like I did today. I should be able to catch the end of that one, and then we'll get the girls semifinal JP2 Bluffton, and then the Islands Bluffton. It's got the the traditional girls and boys for Bluffton. To close out the day.
Yeah, I'll probably get out there. I'm trying to get out there for the 1:30 game because I want to see Prep girls.
I'm going to be there too at that time.
Yep.
If I could get out there any earlier, I would, but I'll be there 1:33 and then start the 4:30 game, and then I have to scoot.
I might pop in and out. I'm just around the corner, so I might pop out. Yes, this is the why are these names of schools in 2024 bowl? Yes.
Oh, speaking of bowl games.
Yeah.
I texted you guys this earlier, the absolute marathon of scoring that was between Toledo and Pitt earlier today. 48-46 Toledo. I'm 99.9% sure that I took the Rockets in that matchup in my my bowl pick'em. 6 overtimes.
Shout out Gary Pinkel.
I mean, who do they think? Who do they think they are? Syracuse and UConn from
we
back
had
in the day on the hardwood.
We had
Georgia Tech
or Georgia Tech from just a few weeks ago.
That went 8 overtime, so not the
first.
Well, 6 overtime seems a lot at first, but when it's just like one, it's like penalty
kick.
Yeah,
on the third one, you start just doing the 2.
It's like extra rounds and penalty kicks. That's basically what it is.
Penalty
when
kicks.
you get to the 2-point conversions.
It's something.
It's craziness. Condolences to my friend David Ruckno, friend of Lowco, big Pitt guy. I'm sure he's bumming about that. But yeah, that was a crazy one.
Yeah, these I'll say the names of these bowl games. You got the game above the sports bowl, you got the Rate Bowl, and now
I think that's what that was.
Today we got right now we got the 60 Ventures Bowl between Arkansas State and Bowling Green. So
what's the score there, dude?
It is a 24-14 lead for Arkansas State in the second quarter.
Come on, BGSU.
Could not care less.
These are the sickos games. These are the sickos games.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Sicko. Sicko.
Every game counts when you get in a bowl pick'em. That's the way I view it.
That's right. So we'll let y'all know tomorrow night what's happening in all these tournaments. We'll keep you posted. Probably it might be a little later start tonight, 9:30, but it could get pushed more to like 10 since we have a 7:30 game scheduled at Bluffton. Maybe more like 10 tonight. Libby says you've been hot fire tonight, Wes.
Ooh.
Hot fire. What's that Davidson sweater? It's got you got you red hot. So yeah, you can see we got the schedule scrolling across the bottom. We got the schedule posted on LowcoSports.com too. We've been putting up weekly slates and keeping up with the scores there, so you can pop in to LowcoSports.com, check in on the scores and results and the slate coming up for the next few days, and we'll keep you posted here on the Loco Sports Lowdown. So let's give our final round of sponsors, and we'll do our parting thoughts and go off into the good night. Our Loco Booster Club supports us, so please support them if you have the opportunity. We got Court Lifestyle Pros, Daniel and Debbie Court, your friends and mine. They're with Charter One Realty.
Absolutely.
They want to bring you home to Hilton Head Island. Eagle Creations has promotional items, custom apparel, and all kinds of other cool stuff at their showroom out on Argent Boulevard. Go check them out. Jay's Barbershop's in downtown Ridgeland, and the place to be, whether you need a haircut or not. Go check out Jay's Barbershop. For the great conversation, come out looking stylish. Barefoot Floor Care of the Low Country will get your floors so clean your feet will thank you. Hudson's Seafood House on the Docks, presenting sponsor of Under the Bus, and a great spot for seafood cocktails and sunsets on Hilton Head Island. Speaking of Under the Bus, Curry got me a nice chef's knife. That was the gift that came. So pretty cool. He said if we have to change the name of the show, maybe we could go with Cutting Them Up. I like that. And then finally, Hurricane Sports Cafe. If you're hungry or thirsty out in Hampton, stop by, say hi, and get something to eat or drink from the guys at Hurricane Sports Cafe. That's our Loco Booster Club. Parting thoughts, gentlemen.
I want to give a shout out to the May River girls. I tell you what, you don't get into a gym for about a year and you forget, or at least I do, how good the tandem of Duncan and Dalton are. And then you throw in Nia Taylor as well. I mean, I know that they got beat, and JP2 had a great second half run despite the injuries that they had. But that May River team is firing on all cylinders and doing a great job with Terry Kicks as the new head coach.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see them in action.
People probably don't realize it because nobody even knew their best player yet because she just got here a minute ago.
Right.
Came in from Atlanta, Jordan Green. She was MVP of the Whale Branch tournament. They won it. And then she got hurt out for the season. Did her knee, just like all of them are doing their knees. It's terrible. And I don't know if they've won since, and I talked to Sharon Versip and she's like, man, they'd be undefeated if Jordan didn't get hurt. She was so important to them. But I was really impressed with the way they played today. I mean, they outplayed JP2 for most of that game and just couldn't hang on at the end. She's doing a heck of a job there and they're going to be good.
I totally agree with that. I got to talk with her before the season started, and I've seen, just the makeup of her drive and then what makes her a great coach. And I think they have high potential for what they're going to do in this tournament and beyond that into region play. So definitely watch out for River Sharks. I love that you gave them a mention because they've been great. My first parting thought is. What a great show that was on Monday. The Festivus for the rest of us.
Festivus free for all.
What a terrific evening that was. It had good times. It was certainly had some funny remarks throughout, but it's just awesome to work with you guys and Max and Kevin and what the WHHI crew has brought this as well. Just the whimsical flair. Of course, I mean, from what I've seen and heard you guys working together, especially with that baseball tournament a few months ago, just bringing the energy and bringing the excitement is what I love most about this WHHI crew. And I love working with you guys and to have a fun show like that to kind of tie things up before it wrap things up for the holidays. Just a ton of fun, and hopefully that could turn into an annual tradition. We'll have to see, but just awesome and a really fun show and a great way to obviously it's an area of grievances as per se it was in Seinfeld when Festivus was coined, but at the end of the day it was a nice wrapping up of loose ends before the holidays and sharing some good memories. Just and getting roasted as well because.
Some of us got roasted real nicely. Oh yeah.
Speaking of which, he doesn't think I should be trusted with a chef's knife. It's got a little finger hole in it.
That's a good point.
No, it's got a finger hole, so you can't get your finger.
All right.
But I have another parting thought, which actually, I mean, it has some ties into high school football. It wasn't here, but it made big news earlier this morning, and that is Teddy Bridgewater journeyman NFL quarterback who did play for the Panthers at one point, but also had some success with the Vikings in the past. He is heading back to the NFL after winning a state championship as a high school coach in Florida, won the 3A division in the Florida High School Athletic Association, and he is headed to the Detroit Lions, where he will have a chance to compete for a championship as a potential backup quarterback for Jared Goff. So, what a great story this could be, and I'll tell you that has some big time movie script written into it, because if Goff goes down and they turn to Bridgewater, I mean, you can't write a better script than that if he comes in and makes things happen with that offense. So it could be a heck of a story that could be written, and it's cool to see a guy earn a second chance like that after coaching high school ball.
And that's where he ended his career too. I was unaware of that, but that's who he ended up retiring with, was Detroit. Can't forget about the moments he had in Denver as well. He had a couple of big moments with the Denver Broncos around, I want to say, like 2016, 17. After he got hurt with Minnesota, you thought, what's going to be happening to this guy? He came back, gave it everything he had to make some semblance of a pretty good career, albeit kind of short after his days at Louisville. But I'm excited to see just his presence back in a uniform, and if he could get a ring, whether he plays or not, for Detroit this year, that would be very cool.
That's a great story, no matter what, especially for a team like Detroit, like with they've never been to the big game.
They're one of the favorites this year.
They certainly are, but they are banged up. They are banged up, and that's going to be a big question in the playoffs on both sides of the ball. So definitely a lot of question marks. Detroit, but a lot of question marks. Everybody's banged up at this time of year now in the NFL. When you get to week 17, week 18, everyone's banged up. It's all about that next man up mentality.
Tell you what, JJ's Kansas City Chiefs looking pretty strong there, just with the one loss and that big win over Pittsburgh yesterday.
Yeah, it's making me uncomfortable how
I'll tell you
they've won the last couple, though. It feels weird.
Is dangerous right now is the Baltimore Ravens. That is the team that is playing the best football of the league right now. And it hasn't just been Lamar Jackson. It hasn't just been the offense. It hasn't just been Derrick Henry. The defense pitched a shutout. I mean, they got Houston got safety, but the defense did not allow any points. So talk about a team playing really strong football at the right time. That is certainly going to be one of the favorites. If you got Buffalo, you got Kansas City, you got maybe some dark horses, but Baltimore, with the way they've been playing, they've got to be right up there right now. So I'm definitely taking a look at them. But how can you doubt Kansas City by the way they've been playing this year, the way they know how to win ball games?
Yeah, I feel pretty good about it, but I don't feel good about gloating about it either, because we've won 2 in a row. It feels weird. But honestly, if they lost to the Lions, I'd be happy, because look at this man.
Right.
Look at this man and his family posing with their shirts that say "I have big, beautiful balls." I mean, that's just wonderful. Just leaning into the joke. I just love it. Those are actual Christmas ornament T-shirts too. I bet his wife found those. I mean, look at his poor kids. They're like, "Oh my god, I can't believe
this again."
And his wife is loving it. She's like, "Yeah, this was my idea." Oh, that's great. Kevin Libby wants to know who's the MVP, Lamar or Josh?
Oh boy,
I will still say Josh Allen, but it's close now. I think Lamar made a big statement with what he did yesterday.
I think I have to agree with you, Wes, because of Derrick Henry and what he's been able to do for that offense. Yeah. I think I give a slight edge to Josh Allen.
Yeah, I mean, look at the running backs he's doing it with. And the receivers, for that matter. I mean, they do not have big names around him, and he's doing big time stuff.
Bateman.
AC/DC loves big balls. They've got the biggest balls of them all.
Right.
Oh, what a song!
We've got the biggest balls of them all.
Oh my goodness,
it's a great song.
Well, what a song!
Lamar has more primetime games. Josh plays the Pats and Fins. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Lamar's. They're both great. They're both tremendous.
Who does Josh Allen doesn't have much. I mean, they've
really doesn't.
They have you lost Stephon Diggs, so they really don't have in terms of receivers. You don't have.
Yeah, you got Keon Coleman and Kerr and
Yeah, I mean, they
not
lost
much.
the box, so
Yeah, there's not much there. So he's been incredible, but I hope the Chiefs take him out in the playoffs again. That's about all I got today.
Yeah, yeah. And finally, I got to talk to Decoy as well, and just great to see it come full circle, and to see these young men, young women who we've covered, and now we get to see them do big things beyond Loco. And wish all the best to Koya, because that's not easy to overcome an injury early on in your career, and now you have to push on, and we know she'll do that. But it was still great to see a smile on her face, though. She was determined, she was in good spirits, and that's always great to see. So just saying, I will wish to Koya, because for covering her for as long as we did, definitely always be on her side as she goes forward in her college career. But what a great kid! What a great kid!
Yep, absolutely. And Kevin Libby is pumped that she's happy at Claflin. Great school, great future.
Yeah.
Boy. Yep.
Is Dior still there, or did she transfer?
No, she transferred. She's at Limestone. She's doing well at Limestone.
Chicago extends the game, looking to spoil the Seattle Seahawks hopes. Caleb Williams on the move.
What's the score there?
How about that?
It is 6-3 Seattle in a rain-soaked Chicago December evening, as the Bears are at midfield down by 3. 2 minutes
It
to
was
go.
just a few degrees warmer here than it was up there when that game started. Mid-40s.
It's going to get warm this
40s.
weekend, though. It's going to get up to
here.
Going to get up to the almost the
60s and 70s.
Yeah.
By the way, Dior has started all 12 games for Limestone this year, averaging 8.3 points, 5.1 boards.
Not bad.
Solid
Nice.
contributions from
Dior Shelton. Great player.
Don't forget.
Yeah, she started to stand up to give me a hug today, and I was like, "Hey, you don't have to stand up very far, baby. just dries up just a little bit off the seat, and that'll be enough. That's good. Don't need to be at your belly button." But good show tonight, fellas. Enjoyed it. Let's do it again tomorrow night. What do you say?
Sounds great.
We'll tell you more about the basketball games happening around the area and whatever else is happening, and then we'll talk about whatever else we want to talk about, because that's what we do here on the LowcoSports Lowdown. But thanks so much to Ty Harpering for making time for us tonight. Great to talk with him. A joy to watch him play. Equally as much fun to talk with him and go a little inside basketball with him and get his thoughts on playing in that system and everything else. Thank you, Kevin Libby, for all your contributions in the comments section. We prefer it when you're in the studio, but we like you in the comments as well. And thanks to everybody who showed up or to listen or watch, as well as all of our sponsors, especially the presenting sponsors, the OGs Mickelson Law Firm. Thanks so much for showing up, and we'll see you again tomorrow night. We just keep showing up. That's what we do. Right. 90% of success in life is being where you're supposed to be, when you're supposed to be there, and staying till the end. So thanks for being here with us tonight. From Marcus Walsh and Wes Kerr, I'm Justin Jarrett. Till next time, go Loco.
The LowcoSports Lowdown podcast is a production of Lowco Media LLC and LowcoSports.com, an independent media outlet providing grassroots local sports coverage in the South Carolina Lowcountry. We are sustained by community support from sponsors and patrons like you. Get in the game with a monthly pledge of $1 or more at patreon.com/LowcoSports to keep us going and growing. Go Loco.